Our next reader is Marie Hulme from Weston, Connecticut, and she's going to read her third prize-winning memoir, Journey to the Sea.
Journey to the Sea is an excerpt from a memoir written about my time in England as a young journalist. It is dedicated to the two Catherines in my life, my mother and her namesake, my daughter. An Irish girl with a streak of Nordic blood in her, moving to London from the Connecticut harbor town of Southport via the island of Manhattan, will always seek out the sea. So it was inevitable that Cornwall called to me. It is, after all, what is known as the Celtic Fringe, and the closest thing to Ireland that England has to offer. Radio 4 is my only companion, but it is a good one. Desert Island Discs, a show which asks guests to imagine themselves as a castaway on a desert island and to choose pieces of music to have along, puts me in the frame of mind of being far away from all I know. It's a liberating state, no baggage, just discs. Although the show lasts only a half hour, my wandering thoughts about what I would choose to bring along with me keep me amused for much longer. There would have to be some Baroque and some Beatles, but which ones? Vivaldi's Four Seasons, Lennon and McCartney's Let It Be? The Vivaldi would allow me to imagine the splendor of the seasonal changes I so love. I would be transported from the bleak desert island to the blazing autumnal beauty that is expressed in every shade of red, orange, and yellow in the New England fall. I would imagine the emerging lilac and forsythia blooms, the daffodils and crocus popping up as harbingers of spring. I could see myself in the verdant, full lushness of a summer's day, and I will hear the quiet stillness of a winter's bleak early nightfall. Yes, with Vivaldi, I will be able to experience them all. Surely on a desert island, no other Beatles ballad might console my longings as one that counsels to let it be. I couldn't know as I drove along the expansive green of the Dorset countryside, contemplating my appearance on Desert Island Discs, that one day the sound of my children's laughter would be my first choice, and that the recording of my son's guitar and my daughter's voice lifted in song, the only other sounds I would want to hear. There is a place on the west coast of the Lizard Peninsula of such outstanding beauty that it is one of the areas of Cornwall that the National Trust owns and preserves. This is Kynance Cove. The cove is smaller than some here, but the sea within it is an exquisite shade of turquoise, and I am struck at how nature surpasses even the most vivid artist's imagination for what is possible in the juxtaposition of color and texture. The rock formations take on a prehistoric countenance. They are red in places, belying their metamorphic nature formed millions of years ago. It is impossible to remain within the confines of time, of modern-day living. This is primal. For one English county, Cornwall seems to have a remarkably diverse offering of landscapes, diverse ways to appeal to all the senses, and an altogether seemingly magical power to entice one to remain. For it would seem impossible to grow tired of the many changing scenes of both turbulent and tender beauty within its borders. The Celtic influence is undeniable here, and certainly must factor into why I am so happy. Sometimes, in leaving the particular behind, we discover the universal. While I am without my family, I am connected to the essence of who I am, of where I came from, even so far from everything I think of as home. Home is not a country, but a connection that transcends place. I'm connected to Cornwall. I've been irrevocably changed by its aura. The Cornwall I'll always remember has all the elements of a good life, a meaningful life, celebrating the ebb and flow of ordinary existence, revealing a divine relationship between man and nature, a life lived near the lessons and the language of no less a teacher than the majestic, mysterious sea herself.